What's going on, you guys? So just wanted to go over a few news items that kind of went out this week, and then at the end of the video, I'll kind of talk about how my business has been going at the 2 week mark. So for those of you that want to stick around and want to hear about that, we'll do that at the end of the video. So let's get started. So the first thing that we need to talk about, I don't know if you've seen it maybe on some news articles or some YouTube thumbnails and whatnot. It's regarding the Black Bolt and White Flare air quotes short prints, right? So I'm purposely not putting that in the thumbnail, I'm not putting that in the title. It is pretty clickbaity because that's not what's happening, right? So first of all, let's just kind of define what short prints is, right? So short printing is intentionally kind of making your print run a lot less than what you know the demand's going to be. That is not what's happening here. Okay, so if you don't know how Pokemon does their prints, they're done 10 months, a year ahead of time. So the demand that we're seeing now, they would have had to foresee that almost a year ago. So demand, I mean, it's been pretty popular, but it really started kicking up. Let's say, towards the end of like November last year, we see Surging Sparks come out, leading into Prismatic Evolutions, and things kind of went nuts from there. So we're barely 5-6 months away from those prints coming out. So they need at least about 10 months to a year to really kind of gauge where the demand is at and start increasing their print runs and allocations from there. So Black Bolt, White Flare, they're going to come out. Well, Japan is going to be next month, and then in July we're going to have the US release. So we're not in the window yet where the current demand would have been happening that they could have actually had time to react to and increase the print runs. So what does that mean? The set that comes out after those special sets, potentially there we could see a massive increase in their print runs, and we may potentially see, if we have same level of demand, prices start to come down a bit. I don't think you're going to be able to just walk in any store and be able to find it that easily still for a while. However, it should make it a lot more difficult for the scalpers to pick everything up and charge you 2 to 3 times MSRP for it. So we'll see what happens with the first set that comes out after Black Bolt and White Flare. But the long and short of it is no, it's not being short ran, and the reality is it is still going to be difficult to find. Allocations are going to be slim, if any, for most stores, unless you're one of the big box stores, your Costco, Walmart, Targets. Everybody else is going to be very, very low allocations if they get any. So it's still going to be, unfortunately, very expensive. It's still going to be very difficult to get, and we'll see what happens after that. The Pokemon Company is trying to increase their ability to get product directly to you without having to go through the distributor and some brick and mortar store after that. Just kind of for reference, so in 22 they picked up Millennial Printing, and they've been really trying to kind of take it up from there in terms of what they're able to offer. Pretty here shortly we'll see their numbers come out for 2024, and we'll see how much they really ramped it up in terms of their print numbers since buying it. So we'll see, but it does seem like they are really trying. For reference, last year in March, I think they had about 200 of their TCG vending machines within the US. Fast forward to this year, and it's closer to about 1,500. So they are trying to make sure that product can go directly from them to you at MSRP. Obviously, they're still a long way off, but they're trying, and hopefully that work will continue. And let's see what happens after these next special sets. Okay, moving on. Next thing I want to talk about is policy change at GameStop. They recently announced that they're going to be changing their policy to one customer, one product type. That's going to be going forward. So that means even if you're number one in line, cool, you're one customer, you get to pick one item. Whether you want to pick a tin, you want to pick an ETB, a blister pack, whatever that may be, you get one item. So that should really help in terms of people like us that want to get products. We want to rip it, we want to enjoy it and collect it, and isn't going to be good for all the scalpers who can eat rocks that want to go in 2 days ahead of time, camp it out, come in and take everything out and leave nothing for anybody else, and then sell it back to you at 2 to 3 times MSRP. So that's where we're kind of sitting with that. I think that's a good change. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. Moving on, we are in the current pre-release period for Destined Rivals. That comes out on the 30th, so at the time of this recording, it's about another week before it officially launches. And hopefully, if you are able to get some product, Best Buy and GameStop are doing some promos. So if you spend at least $15, which let's be honest here, any Pokemon product you buy, you're easily going to be spending more than $15, but nonetheless, that's what it is. So spend $15 at GameStop, and you will get a Team Rocket Zapdos promo card. And if you spend $15 at Best Buy, you will get a Team Rocket Articuno card. So be on the lookout for that. And hopefully you guys will be able to get there and get something. And best of luck to y'all. Okay, that's about all I had for the news for this week. Now I'll kind of transition into some updates on my online business. So for you guys want to stick around, as you can see behind me, I have a lot more product that came in, so I'm pretty well stocked now. I don't really have to have any more out of stock items on the website. In terms of sales, the past couple of weeks, I've done a little over 3,000 in sales. However, not really much happening on the online space, right? It's still mainly happening in person via Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, and I'm not complaining about that, right? That's cool. People want to save on shipping costs and whatnot. I get it, but it is a lot more work on my end, right? Being San Diego County, whether they're up in Temecula, Chula Vista, so we're kind of meeting, like halfway. Weird hours and a lot of traveling and whatnot. So it is what it is, right? I'm happy to make the sale, but I am really hoping to try to push more sales towards the website and be able to expand outside of just the San Diego area. So I am looking at Google Ads. If any of you guys have used that before, if you could let me know, how did it work for you? Were you successful with it? Did it take some time before it really started kicking in? Don't you just stick with it? Kind of give me your experience on that. But I'm hoping that is going to help push more sales online, and that's just going to make it easier for me because I can come home, take a look at the orders, pack it up, ship it out, and don't have to worry about, because I'm still working my normal job, having to come rush home, eat some dinner, grab orders, and rush out to, somewhere within the county to meet somebody to make a sale. And that's really nice because if any of you ever worked with those online platforms before, every 10 responses you get, maybe you'll get one sale out of it. You always have the, hi, is this item still available? You respond and you never hear back from them again. So I don't know if it's like a misclick or what's going on with that, but that happens quite often. Then you have people that want to offer you 50% of your asking price. So I mean and that's just part of it, right? That's kind of part and parcel with dealing with Marketplace and OfferUp. But ideally, yeah, I want to try to push more towards the website. So if you guys want to check it out, link will be below. And yeah, if you guys have your own business or you are in business of any kind, have some experience with it, feel free to kind of give me your feedback down below. Let me know what worked for you, what didn't work for you, especially for those that may have had experience dealing with Google Ads. Let me know how that went for you guys. All right, until next time, you guys take care.